Once upon a time in a wealthy African city, Madame Nana, the widow of a powerful businessman, lived with her son, Kwame, as her greatest treasure. They had built an empire together, but with Kwame returning from abroad to take over his late father's company, Madame Nana worried about his future wife. She had seen women chase rich men for money, not love. To find a woman with a good heart, she disguised herself as a cleaner in their company, unbeknownst to anyone. One morning, Madame Nana arrived at the office in a faded wrapper, old blouse, loosely tied headscarf, and rubber slippers, carrying a mop and bucket. The room fell silent, then erupted in laughter. "Who let this old woman in?" Linda scoffed. "Maybe she's lost," Anita sneered, prompting chuckles. Madame Nana mopped quietly, unnoticed except by Wendy, a junior staff member who worked diligently without pity or scorn, showing only human decency. Madame Nana took note. The next day, amid the clatter of high heels and perfume, Madame Nana cleaned the hallway, her back aching. "Old woman, you missed a spot," Anita called, with Linda smirking beside her. "Deaf too," Linda taunted. Ignoring them, Madame Nana continued, but Anita pushed her, causing her to fall hard onto the tiled lobby floor. Laughter rang out. "She's so slow," one woman mocked. "Needs a walking stick," another jeered. Madame Nana struggled to rise, her rags soaked in dirty water. No one helped, except Wendy. "Are you okay, Mama?" Wendy asked, lifting her gently. The others scoffed. "Why help a cleaner?" Anita snapped. Wendy ignored them, cleaning the rag and warning, "Mama, be careful." Madame Nana's heart warmed. It had been years since anyone called her Mama so tenderly. The next morning, Madame Nana brought a traditional meal, egusi and groundnut soup with fufu, to the break room. As she ate, Anita and her friends entered. "What's that smell?" Linda cringed. "Cleaner's food," Anita mocked. Wendy arrived, sat with Madame Nana, and complimented her dish. "May I try some?" she asked. Madame Nana shared a spoonful. "It tastes like home," Wendy smiled, ignoring Anita's laughter and Linda's warning of illness. Madame Nana knew she was special. That evening, Madame Nana staged a test, spilling a bucket in the washroom and crying, "My waist." Anita and her group mocked her. "Not our job," Anita said. But Wendy rushed in, cleaned the floor, and helped her up. "Mama, are you okay?" she asked, ignoring the others' scorn. Madame Nana's heart swelled. The next day, Madame Nana invited Wendy to dinner. "I live alone. Eating together would be nice," she said. Anita scoffed. "A cleaner's house?" Wendy replied, "She's human." That evening, Wendy visited Madame Nana's modest but dignified home, enjoying jollof rice and conversation without mentioning wealth. Madame Nana knew she'd chosen well. When Kwame arrived from abroad, the office buzzed. Women primped, but he noticed only the disguised Madame Nana mopping. "Why is she cleaning alone?" he asked. Anita dismissed her, but Wendy said, "She deserves respect." Their eyes met, sparking something in Kwame. Later, he called Wendy to his office. "Tell me about the cleaner," he said. Wendy spoke of kindness and respect, captivating him. But Anita grew jealous. She lured Wendy to the Grand Royal Hotel, offering a bribe to quit and avoid Kwame. "Take it and leave," Anita said. Wendy refused despite her family's financial struggles. That night, a threatening message arrived. "You made a mistake," Wendy prayed, sensing trouble. The next day, Anita played an edited recording of their conversation, making Wendy seem boastful about Kwame. The office laughed, humiliating her. Kwame intervened, demanding Anita explain. "Just a joke," she lied. He called her to his office, then asked Wendy, "Are you okay?" She nodded, hiding her pain. That evening, Madame Nana warned Wendy, "These girls won't stop. Be strong. Wendy asked, "Why do you care, Mama?" Madame Nana smiled. "I see something special in you." Another mysterious message arrived, urging Wendy to meet at the hotel again. There, Anita threatened her to stay away from Kwame. Wendy refused again, unaware Madame Nana watched, approving her integrity. The next morning, Anita's stare unnerved her. Madame Nana's knowing smile scared her more. That night, Anita received a chilling message. "You touched the wrong person." She woke screaming, feeling watched. At dawn, police arrested Wendy for theft and fraud. "I didn't do it," she cried. At the station, Madame Nana bailed her out, comforting her. "I know you're innocent," she said. Kwame saw a headline about Wendy's arrest and rushed to her. "Did you steal?" he asked. "No, someone framed me," Wendy pleaded. He promised to investigate, noticing her sincerity. Anita celebrated with Linda, but Linda worried. Framing is dangerous. Anita dismissed her. Meanwhile, Kwame discovered the CCTV footage was erased, confirming Wendy's innocence. He vowed to find the truth, unaware someone was already ahead of him, planning to expose Anita's schemes. This story about Madame Nana, Wendy, and Anita teaches us a profound lesson about the choices we make and the hearts we carry. At its core, it reminds us that kindness and integrity shine brighter than wealth or status, and they carry us through life's challenges with grace and strength. Let's reflect on Wendy. She wasn't the loudest or most glamorous person in the room. She didn't have wealth or influence to flaunt. Yet, every day, she chose to treat Madame Nana, a woman others mocked as a mere cleaner, with respect and compassion. When Madame Nana fell, Wendy helped her up. When others sneered at her food, Wendy shared a meal and a smile. When Madame Nana needed support, Wendy was there, not because she expected reward, but because it was right. This is kindness in action, not a grand gesture, but a quiet, consistent choice to see the humanity in others, no matter their station. Kindness isn't just about being nice. It's about recognizing the dignity in everyone. Wendy didn't know Madame Nana was testing her, yet she acted with a pure heart. Imagine if we all approached life this way, treating the janitor, the cashier, or the stranger on the street with the same respect we'd give a CEO. That's the kind of world we build when we choose kindness. It's a ripple effect. One act of compassion can inspire others, just as Wendy's actions caught Madame Nana's attention and, ultimately, Kwame's heart. Now, contrast this with Anita. Driven by envy and ambition, she saw Wendy's goodness as a threat. Instead of lifting others up, she tore them down with mockery, lies, and schemes. She framed Wendy, manipulated recordings, and tried to bribe her, all to secure her own gain. But what did Anita's actions bring? Fear, isolation, and eventually, consequences. Her envy blinded her to the truth that true success isn't built on stepping over others, but on standing tall with integrity. Integrity is the second pillar of this story. Wendy faced temptation. Anita's bribe could have eased her family's struggles, but she refused. Even when falsely accused of theft, she held her head high, trusting that truth would prevail. Integrity means doing what's right, even when it's hard, even when no one is watching, and even when the world seems against you. Wendy's strength wasn't in fighting back with the same cruelty Anita used. It was in staying true to herself. That's a lesson for us all. When we face pressure to compromise our values, whether for money, status, or approval, standing firm builds a foundation no one can take away. Madame Nana's role shows us that life often tests us in unexpected ways. She disguised herself to find a heart worthy of her son, but her actions remind us that people are always watching, not just to judge, but to learn from our example. The way we treat others, especially those society overlooks, reveals who we are. And as Anita learned, the harm we cause others often comes back to us, not as punishment, but as a natural consequence of our choices. So, what can we take from this? First, let's commit to kindness. Tomorrow, look for someone others ignore, a colleague, a neighbor, a stranger, and offer them a kind word or a helping hand. It doesn't have to be big, it just has to be genuine. Second, let's hold fast to integrity. When faced with a choice to take a shortcut or hurt someone for gain, choose the harder but truer path. It's not always easy, but it's always worth it. Finally, let's remember that envy and cruelty may promise quick wins, but they lead to empty victories. True success is built on lifting others up, not tearing them down. As you leave here today, carry Wendy's heart with you. Be kind, be true, and trust that those qualities will light your way, just as they did for her. Let's build a world where kindness and integrity are our greatest treasures. Thank you.